So, this is a continuance about my life in the Mafia and my eventual rise to boss. So, I'll get right into it. And the last time I think I spoke, I was telling you I had come from Italy and had murdered many people on the order of my boss and people that might stop, impede my rise to the eventual position that he, had planned for me to take care of anyway. And so after doing that and putting things in order here in America, I was finally taking the reins. And eventually he passed away, and that really tore me apart. Obviously, in the mob, not really allowed to show a whole lot of weakness, but he passed away, and then not soon after that, my own father passed away, and it really tore me apart dealing with their deaths, and at the same time assuming my position at the top of the family. But I was prepared for it, but I think something of that magnitude, losing two people that meant so much to me, it was still very hard, and many days I was just, emotionally distraught, but I couldn't let anybody know about it, couldn't show weakness, and that's a $1 million principle. I've been discussing things that helped make me who I eventually became, a multi-millionaire, but more than that, a leader of a organization that prided itself on history and sometimes even murder. And one of the main principles, or a principle, is to be firm but fair. One of the main things I did was eliminate a lot of killings and murders over situations. I mean, I couldn't control everybody, and obviously some families handled their things the way they decided to. They had their own soldiers and different people, so I couldn't hotel everything, but I made it clear that we needed to cut down on that sort of thing, and especially people that were vested with us, made men, things like that. Uh, you know, People that had been with us for years, and so I figured if they didn't mind me showing strength by being firm, but at the same time you should be fair because your people look to you for leadership. If something happens, they look to you for an answer, and it's really kind of your job to give an answer. And sometimes you can ask if you want to. I have my Goomba for that, the big man, aka the fish. So I would go to him many times, and some things I just reason them out, just use common sense. So that was a $1 million principle, I think, or principle that helped me become a millionaire. And another principle was to, like I said before, make sure that you inspire your people. Many times I made sure that even though, we were in a dangerous business, and like I said earlier, business where people were murdered occasionally if needed to be, and violence was a part of that, and everybody who was involved knew it. I still made sure that it was all business related and not a lot of personal stuff. I made sure that men understood that, you're still a human being and we're dealing with human beings. And the collections went up because you can't get money from a dead guy. So if there was a way to reason with a person who owed you money, or there was a gambling debt, or just any reasonable situation, try to find a balance. Even if you maybe lost a little bit in the end, it's better to get something than nothing at all. And then you realize you couldn't deal with this person anymore. But at least you didn't have a whole lot of people running to the FBI anymore and turning state because they weren't all concerned about getting iced over something stupid. They realized that people got ice, but they wanted to make sure that they followed the rules that we had and did everything they could, and they enjoyed the business that we were in. And so that's $1 million principle right there. Like I said, collections went up and money was rolling in legitimately and illegitimately. And another thing, be versatile. That was the thing right off the bat. Another multi-million-dollar principle for you right there. Be versatile. I had as many legitimate businesses as we were involved in illegitimate. And on the advice of Mr. Manzanzato, he told me that, things were changing. The world was changing. The thing that we were in was changing. And if I could have legitimate businesses and show finance there, eventually, who knows? All of my businesses could become legitimate, and then a smaller percentage came from the illegitimate business, and that would be a good thing. So those are some $1 million principles for you right there.